I'll be back live Monday as always. Oh, if you guys are having a great Saturday, I appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. And if you guys are having a great Saturday, then why not do it? If you don't like the stream, just make sure you hit the dislike button 3 times. That always works as well. Or the like button 3 times, I should say. So either way, let me get started here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin really struggling to break $118,000. Can we do it? Well, we will see. But right now, Bitcoin really needs to break 118K. And to me, because we cannot break 118K, and now we've actually had a wick down to 117.3. It really does make me think that we are not going to hold this bear flag and we're going to dump. Like, it looks bad. The 1 hour isn't a bear flag. We just had a wick lower. I mean, I'm sorry. I almost want to get short at this point. It just looks choppy. 15-minute time frame, no love to get the bounce. 4-hour time frame, it says you're getting the bounce, but it's a very lackluster bounce. This really feels like you have the 8-hour time frame oversold. Bitcoin has a 12-hour time frame oversold. I would expect a bounce, but we're just not getting it. So to me right now, the most likely situation, despite me being long, I don't think I'm going to win this trade. My stop loss is $16,660. I'll stay in the trade because you never know, but it does not look fantastic. Let's go over and look at the crypto fear and greed index. Right now, that is sitting at 56. 56 is greed? Really? I thought that would be neutral, but I guess we're sitting at 56 on the greed. And then if we go over to look at Bookmap, Bookmap does have liquidity above us to 120, but also if you look on the right on the daily time frame, you have a liquidity at 116,000. So Bookmap suggests that is a closer liquidity. So 116 is closer than 120 right now, which suggests that we do go down to 116. Bookmap suggests we go down to 116, and based on what I see on the charts, it looks probable and likely. I'm not taking it short because Bitcoin's in a bull market, and I just don't believe in doing that until we're in a bear market. But there's always times to short and long. There's always times to short in a bear market and long in a. There's always times to short in a bull market and long in a bear market. For right now, though, I'm going to stay long. We'll see what happens. My entry was 117.8, and I'm down maybe $20. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to stay long. I did call the move on Yearn Finance. I got out prematurely, but it did eventually boom. It really did. Wow. It really did. So we'll see what happens on Bitcoin, though. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. Yeah, my stop loss would have been the 15-minute 200. I will stay in that trade. I did get out prematurely, unfortunately. Damn, that sucks. Well, whatever. But anyways, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, it looks sketchy to me. I'm long, like I said, but I don't love what I see. So, like the 10-minute time frame, getting back above the 200 is good, but the moving average, the 200 came in, touched price action. It's not like price action pumped up there. But I will say, if the 10-minute gets above the 200, the next stop would be the 15-minute to do the same thing, and that's sitting at basically 118K. And I think if Bitcoin breaks 118K, then we can see fireworks again for Bitcoin. But for right now, Bitcoin is just really struggling, and it really does not look like Bitcoin wants to bounce. And maybe it's partly because it's the weekend. Maybe if it was Monday or Tuesday, we would get that bounce for Bitcoin. But I gotta say, it is lackluster on this weekend as far as price action is concerned for the bulls. So it looks bad. It is kind of ugly. Maybe it's a day you just watch football and don't do anything else because it's kind of crappy price action for Bitcoin. But that's kind of what we got going on. I see a bear flag on Bitcoin, despite me saying that I am long, so I'm kind of going against what I'm saying. But we will see what happens. I mean, if you want a bullish situation, this 15-minute time frame has made a higher low. The previous one was 117.2. This one was 117.295. I mean, it's made a slightly higher low on the 15-minute time frame. So maybe now you've made a higher low. Can you expect a higher high, which would be anything above 117.9 for a 15-minute high? That would be a possibility, but even if you get to 117.9, that's still in the bear flag, and then you can still dump. So I don't love what I see on Bitcoin, like I've said. But the bullish scenario is you make a move above 117.9 or 118K, and then you could possibly look for a flag on the smaller time frames to get you on out of here. But it does not look good for Bitcoin. I will say that this is most definitely a bear flag with a measure move of 115.2. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. Otherwise, that's just doesn't look great. So. How you doing, Matt? Appreciate the likes. I should do a sound check on YouTube, so let me just make sure that the sound is good on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining in the middle of this quick live stream. And I just want to make sure that the sound is good. Okay, this down looks to be good. We can look at LCX. Let's go do that right now. Thank you for the like. I do appreciate the support. Thank you for that very much. I still want to check the sound. My phone is taking forever to load. So LCX right now, I'm trying to do two things at once. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, let's look at LCX on the daily time frame and work our way down. Daily time frame, you're below the 200-day moving average. Anytime that happens, that's not a great sign. So I would be cautious here on LCX for a possibility that you are going to dump here and get rejected. If you go down to the 8-hour time frame, you're above the 200. If you go down to the 4-hour, you're above the 200. And the 1 hour is above the 200. So, LCX on the smaller time frames looks like you could pump here in a falling wedge here on the 1 hour time frame. And LCX really does, on this 1 hour flag, have a measure move of 16 cents. The 4-hour time frame also has a little bit of a possibility to break out. 6 hours above the 200. You're in a flag on the 6 hour. 8 hours above the 200. This 8 hour looks fantastic for a pump. Your next resistance is 15.5 cents. If you look at the 12-hour time frame, not quite oversold, but you're still in the flag. So I love like the 4 to 6 hour and 8-hour time frame for a long on LCX. Not financial advice, but this looks good for a long. And I would say that if you want to find a place for a stop, a good place would probably be about 12.5 cents. So LCX actually looks like a decent long setup. And I could post this to my trading group. By the way, if you guys want to join the trading group, link to join is in my TikTok bio, I do believe. Or you can join the Telegram and I can send you the link. But I do see a possible long here for LCX with a stop below 12.5 cents. Thank you for that request. It actually does look like a pretty good setup on LCX. So, yeah, I like that. I like that setup on LCX. Anyways, if there's any other requests, let me know. I'm only in the Bitcoin trade right now. I'm not in any other positions. I am in Ethereum trade as well, but that's a very small position. Like the net worth of that trade is like $80 or less. It's 0.06 Ethereum, so maybe it's worth more than that. It's very small. It's a very small position on a very, very small account. Ethereum is currently worth $44.34. So the trade's worth $266. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's nothing. So that's the entire value of the trade. I mean, that's not much. So, but that's the only other trade I'm in, and I'm not really counting that because the Bitcoin trade is worth a lot more. Right now, I have 0.08 Bitcoin in this trade. And that's a lot more than $266. 117,611. The sun's coming out now. Yeah, I have $9,400 in the Bitcoin trade, so it's a lot more than the week's Ethereum trade. So we'll see what happens. But as long as Ethereum stays above the 4-hour time frame, I am staying long on this small trade on Ethereum. So as long as we stay above 38.20, I'm staying long on Ethereum. I just am. I also see Ethereum in a 4-hour flag with a measure move of about $5,100. So we could see Ethereum really getting a nice rally here later today or later this week up to about $5,100. So that's kind of my update on Ethereum. I do see a possible long here for Ethereum. If you look at the 8-hour time frame, 8-hour time frame is looking great for a pump. 12-hour time frame is about to look great for a pump, and the 4-hour time frame is starting to roll over or starting to get the bounce. I think Ethereum looks significantly better than Bitcoin. I mean, I do, and I almost want to take a long on this 4-hour time frame based on Ethereum. I mean, your measure move would be. Let me just double check this. But your measure move on Ethereum. Your measure move on Ethereum takes you up to about conservatively about $5,000 on Ethereum. That would be a new all-time high if you want, so $5,000 on Ethereum is really the measure move of this flag, and to me, that's worth taking a trade on. I will probably strongly consider doing it. My worry is that if Bitcoin dumps, this will dump as well. But you can't be worried. You can't be scared when you're trading. You just have to go with what it gives you. So let's look at STAFI. I've never heard of this. Let's see if there's STAFI on the daily time frame. So well below the 200, that looks awful. The 4-hour time frame is below the 4-hour time frame is above the 200, but it looks like chop. It looks like low liquidity. These wicks are ridiculous. This one went up to 16.5 cents. The low is 11 cents. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. So this is on Coinbase, really? Wow. FIS. I'm gonna write this down. I'm actually intrigued to see if I can actually buy this on Coinbase. I can't believe that this is on Coinbase. FIS. Yeah, I mean, there's no TA to do. There's no liquidity in this, whatever this is. It seems very volatile. You're above the 200, that's a great sign, but you get above it, you go below it. You go above it, you get below it. That's just, I mean, I would not take a trade on something that low volume. I can't believe this is on Coinbase. That just doesn't make sense. The low of this rally was 11 cents. Then it went up to 30. I guess that's not that crazy. But to me, like, I can tell there's no volume because the candles are just whack. These wicks are ridiculous. So to me, I'm gonna skip that one. I'm sorry. It's a $14 million market cap. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'll add to my watch list if it's that low because it could rally. But look at this. If you go full screen here, I mean, it was at 67 cents at one point. It's actually $1.25 at one point. Now you're down to 12. Now it looks like on the daily time frame, you're making lower highs, lower lows, below the 200 on the daily. So to me, honestly, I would probably not invest. If you want to trade it and you're profitable at trading, go for it. But to me, it's just I don't even know if I would want to trade this. It's just chop. So yeah, that is what it is. That's kind of my update for today on the markets. I told you where I see Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's really struggling to get that bounce. It looks most likely to me that Bitcoin's going to roll over here. But again, I'm long, and we'll see what happens. Let me see if I can defy the odds, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate those requests. I do thank you for that. Again, it's going to be a pretty quick stream because I got started late and. That's not why, really, but there's just not a lot going in the market today. So I will be back live Monday. I don't know the time yet. If you join the Telegram, then I will let you guys know when I choose a time. For right now, I'll say 9 p.m. Central Time. I'll be live on Monday. But if that changes, I will let you guys know on the Telegram. Telegram link is on my TikTok bio. Otherwise, it's in the YouTube description of my YouTube videos. So yeah, that's kind of my update, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. This was just a quick 15-minute update on the market and what I see going on. And right now, again, for Bitcoin, looks likely you go down, but we'll see what happens. I'm long despite everything I just said. So that's all I got. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the Saturday. I'll be back live Monday at 9 p.m. Central Time, tentatively, for the next live stream. Hopefully by then, Bitcoin is back above 118K, but we'll see what happens. That's all I got. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Adios. And thank you for stopping by. The trend's your friend till the end. Right now for Bitcoin, the trend is about to be bearish. It just is. I'll see you guys in the next one.